Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Whenever you're watching this video, welcome to the Bitcoin Family Channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi, walking and talking here on the beautiful boulevard in Torrevieja. It's really early, the sun starts to rise behind the clouds. It's really early this morning. I woke up very early. In today's video, guys, I have 5 amazing Bitcoin charts. I have a trading tip, a travel tip. I have an answer to one of the questions of the followers. Of course, talking about the news, because there is massive news, a huge industry tapping into the blockchain industry now. And yes, also ending the video again with a beautiful inspirational quote, guys. Check how beautiful it is at the moment, this early. The sky colors are amazing. And yes, the sun will rise again, guys. Amazing. Now let's quickly jump into the charts to show you exactly what is happening to Bitcoin this early morning in Spain. Bam. The first chart for today, guys, is again that day chart, just to show you where we are again. We are fighting that 50-day moving average. We are fighting the top over here of that bullish flag pattern. We need some more power to break out, but if we break out, guys, then we should have a target somewhere between the 1.272 and the 1.618 level over here, which is between 83k and 90k on the daily chart, guys. It could be a massive move, so be sure that you won't miss that move, guys. Yes, of course, that line is not okay. So very interesting to see. The longer this takes, the less valid that pattern becomes, because then the flag becomes too long. If you compare to the pole, and of course we could extend the pole to here, but it's like not completely honest. So if that doesn't work out, then of course we need to consider other patterns. But at the moment, I'm still believing in this massive push upwards. We can also see the MACD, the bars on the bottom, turning green. There was a bullish crossover. The RSI is pointing upwards. We have a lot of upward possibilities for the RSI, even to go to 90 over there, guys, or even higher here to 94. So yes, it looks to me as if we are preparing for this massive bullish move. Also, if we look at the weekly chart, guys, we can see the same. We found support here on this higher low over here, almost at that green line. This green line and the top of here, that very thick one, is an important line, as that was the top of the previous bull market, guys. And that line then is a huge support and resistance lines. We are finding support there now. So if you ask me, whatever happens, just look at this chart. If that green line would go down to make a higher low, even at 57k or something like that, I still believe we will go up to these levels over there, between 130 and 150k, somewhere in September to December 2025. So there is a shitload of upward potential still in this bull market if you buy around these levels of 63k. So it's very simple, guys. Also, if you look at the dotted line here on the bottom of the RSI, you know, we had resistance, support, resistance, support, again here resistance, again here support, and now again support. We're finding support. The green bars are still green. Yes, that blue line might, cross that red line, and might lead into some bearish movement, like over here these red candles, and over here these red bars. These bearish movements, but these are small dips. They are 20% dips. We already saw a 20% dip again, almost at the moment. Now it's like 13 or 14%, and we could even dip 6%. What does it matter? You should be accumulating Bitcoin at these levels, as we will explode to these levels somewhere there between 120 and 150k, doubling your capital in the next 12 to 18 months. Now let's jump into some more interesting charts, guys. This is the first one, because at the halving, because this is the first one. At the fourth halving, guys, at the moment we had 19.6 million Bitcoins circulating. 19,687,500 Bitcoins were circulating at around that fourth halving. So supply remaining at fourth halving is 1.3 million Bitcoins still need to be mined. This will take another 116 years, all the way into the year 2140, when the last Bitcoin will be mined. We will probably not be there, or something needs to be invented that we get to live forever. But if we just live the normal life, we won't be there anymore in 2140 when that last Bitcoin will be mined. So there is still 1.3 million to be mined, and that will increase in value. So just imagine Bitcoin going to a price of a few 100k times the 1.3 million Bitcoins, how much the miners in the future can still earn. A lot. It's a very important moment in Bitcoin history, another halving moment. There is still a lot of Bitcoins that need to be mined, and there is also a lot of circulating supply again, and also, of course, a supply that is lost. It's very important to understand that it will take to the year 2140 for the last Bitcoin to be mined, guys. Now, then we get the drawdowns from the all-time high at a halving. So here it was 60% from the all-time high. Here it's 43% from the all-time high. And here the drawdown was like 56% from the all-time high. At this moment it was only 12%, and we are calculating from the newest all-time high now, 73k. So we're not calculating from the previous all-time high over here, that 70k area. Then it would be a little bit less even, but if we calculate from 73k, we have a drawdown of 12% at the moment. These previous halvings, the drawdown was of course calculated from that previous all-time high. There was no all-time high before the halving. So for example, the all-time high was over here, then we calculated the drawdown over there. Now the all-time high was over there, then we calculated the drawdown over there. Now the all-time high was over here, but we made a new all-time high over there, so the drawdown is only calculated over there. And it's only 12%, if you compare it to the other drawdowns, way less than all these other drawdowns. My honest opinion, that is because a shitload of liquidity is being bought up by the spot ETFs and other institutional investors. Now, Bitcoin halving cycles from $12 to $650, that's 54 times. From $650 to $8,000 is 13 times. Now from $8,000 to 63,000 US dollar was 7 times. Even if we would slow down to from this halving to the next halving in 2028, only times 3. That would mean that around the next halving, we will be at 3 times 63,000 US dollar. That's around 180,000 US dollar at the next halving. These levels are amazing levels to still accumulate a shitload of Bitcoin, because in 4 years' time, that halving will be nearing the 200k per Bitcoin. The top will be even higher, but the halving could be around that 200k level per Bitcoin in 2028. So buying at these prices, still cheap. The Bitcoin price performance 365 days after the halving, guys. That's 12 months after halving. That's exactly a year after halving. So the first halving, the red one, we were 7,645% higher 12 months later. That second halving, the blue one, we were almost 300% higher after the halving, 12 months. The third one was 266% higher. So if we only would go 250% higher than 60k, guys, where would we end? We would end, of course, at a beautiful price of 150,000 US dollar per Bitcoin. So yes, I do believe that we can end somewhere in this area again, around the 200 to 300%. From now, from the 63k, 200 to 300% up, between 120 and 200,000 US dollar should be reachable for the next bull market top. And also when you look at this, you can see exactly where we are. This is the current cycle, is that black line. This is exactly where we are. If you compare it to all the other cycles, even here this one, I won't calculate the first one, the Genesis one, but I will calculate this one over here, 2011 to 2015. Look how much more we went up from that moment where we are now. That green line, look how much more we went up from that moment where we are now. And that blue line also, look how much more we went up from where we are now. That blue line did more than 10,000% in total. That green line did 2,000% in total. We are now here. We are going to end somewhere in this area, guys. Here in that area, somewhere there. We're gonna end between the blue and the green line, in my honest opinion. That's a shitload more of upward movements for Bitcoins. And even if we do underperform and we end here, that's still 800% from the beginning where we were, over there. That's a very good performance for Bitcoin. So make sure that you realize we are still in a very beautiful area, cheap area to buy Bitcoin, because if you look at what happened after that moment where we are now, all of these lines went up higher. Not one of them went down. You had a yellow one, but that was the first cycle, Genesis, so that was a 2-year cycle, so that was not like a 4-year cycle. This chart is showing us the bearish part, so they're showing us that yes, look over here, that green line is curling down at the moment, just like it was curling down over there, for example, in 2017 bull market, which gave us a very boring summer. This summer went like sideways, continuously sideways, a little bit up, a little bit down. Now here again, a little bit up, a little bit down. Of course, if you count all these boring moments and then the increase we still made, that's massive. But it's just an indication on the charts that when that green line starts to curl, that a small dip or pullback could be happening. Small dip or pullback could be happening. It happened over here 2 times, as you can see. It happened there. It happened over here. It happened there. And every time when we see this, we see a small dip. And we are seeing that dip over here now as well. I hope you really enjoyed those short-term charts, guys. Yes, of course, short-term, beautiful target still, around 77 to 80K and maybe even higher, guys. Long-term, way more important. This is the moment for you to still get into Bitcoin and enjoy those massive profits that are ahead of us after this halving, guys. Don't be fooled. This is not the bull market top. I will also come back to this by answering one of the questions of the followers, but we need to zoom out in Bitcoin. Look at that bigger picture, guys. We are by far near the bull market top. All the indicators are not showing us anything near the bull market top. This is still a moment to get into Bitcoin and double your capital within 12 to 18 months. I will keep repeating it. Zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture in Bitcoin, and you need to zoom in at life. Look and enjoy every single minute of the day. That is the thing that you need to do to live a beautiful life while you enjoy these amazing sunsets together with me. It will take a little bit for the sun to come up, but I will show you, of course, on video. The trading tip for today, guys, is that you should start to focus on real world asset tokenization in this industry. This is a huge industry that's stepping into a huge amount of liquidity. It's a $1 trillion market that we can join now with that real world asset tokenization, guys. And BlackRock is one of the front runners in this industry now. They are going to focus on real world asset tokenization. So what is real world asset tokenization, Didi? It essentially is tokenizing any asset out there in the world. If it is stocks, bonds, commodities, or if it is real estate, you will be able to tokenize all of that onto the blockchain. And the huge institutional investors are now starting to shift their focus to these real world asset tokenizations because they also understand there is a way for them to tokenize all the real world assets and being able to trade them 24/7 on the blockchain with all the advantages of a blockchain. The institutional investors, the big ass companies out there, start to understand the power of blockchain. And that is why these real world asset tokenization projects are going to explode in this bull market. I do think they are going to provide a shitload of liquidity, guys, for this bull market. The view is amazing at the moment. I'm going to turn around the camera so you can see how beautiful it is. The sun really is like hiding behind the clouds still, and it's slowly coming up. It's an amazing morning, guys. Look how beautiful. So the trading tip for the day is start to do your research about real world asset tokenizations, RWA tokenizations, as these projects will probably suck a shitload of liquidity into the blockchain industry, and thus also into Bitcoin and maybe other cryptocurrency. So trading tip for the day, real world asset tokenization. And then there is one project I want you to really do your research after, and that one is Estate X. Estate X is also a project I invested in, and this project is already doing the real world asset tokenization to real estate. They are making real estate liquid again. It's really interesting to see what that means for the complete complex real estate industry. But Estate X, I will put the link down below, is the first project, huge project, that I am investing in as a Bitcoiner, because I also start to understand real world asset tokenization, guys. It's very simple. You need to always look into the future, what is happening in these industries. And if those real world asset tokenizations are becoming popular or trendy, you need to pick the projects that you want to invest in. So the first project in this industry that I want to invest in is Estate X. Just check their Twitter, check all their white paper, check the whole project, their website. Before you invest, always do your own research. But if it is up to me, I would definitely put some investments in Estate X, guys. A beautiful project with a beautiful team and a massive use case. So I would definitely look at Estate X. The travel tip for today, guys, is always visit a country's festival. Like for example, in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, you have the carnival. For example, in Bali, you have Nyepi. For example, in Thailand, you have the New Year with the Water Festival. For example, in the Netherlands, you have King's Day. There are so many festivals that you can celebrate together with the local people that will make your trip more beautiful. Like in Mexico, for example, Dia de la Muerte. There are so many festivals worldwide that are celebrated in all kinds of unique ways. It should be a focus for you when you're traveling to try and be in those countries during these festival seasons. It's amazing to celebrate these festivals with the local people out there. It's just beautiful. We did Thai New Year with the water shooting everyone wet. Beautiful. We also did Nyepi in Bali, where the lights go out for 24 hours, completely dark. But then after there is a day with a parade with all kinds of beautiful puppets and animals. It's beautiful to see. So my travel tip for today is always research which periods of the year there is these festivals in a certain country and then try to visit those countries in that part of the year. Let me know down below which strange festivals you have seen till now in different countries. For example, also here in Spain, Pamplona, the bull running. It's beautiful. There is a shitload of festivals all over the world that is beautiful to celebrate with the local people, and it gives you an amazing taste of what the country really is. So please let me know down below which festivals did you visit. I'm not talking about all the dance festivals, Tomorrowland and all that stuff, like the cultural festivals that really show you a little bit more about the country instead of the dance festivals. Let me know down below which ones you visited, where, when, and if you liked it. Check how beautiful, guys. That is how early I woke up this morning. The question of one of the followers today, guys, that I'm going to answer is, Didi, do you even consider that we could top out earlier in this bull market, as we also made an all-time high before the halving? And of course I've been considering this, but to be honest, I've been telling you every time again and again, while you might beautiful enjoy the sunset again, but like I think the screen then will become a little bit too, I know it's okay. So the thing what it is we all don't have a crystal ball. We can't predict the future. We don't know exactly when we will see a bull market up. The indicators will tell us. When all the indicators are starting to top out, the pi cycle top indicator, the RSI, the MVRVZ score, and many others of the indicators, when they tell us, hey, that bull market top is near, that is the moment when the bull market top is near. That is the moment when we will take our profits. We can't predict that future. We can't say exactly then. If we do what we normally do, then the bull market top should be in somewhere between September and December 2025, because that is 17 to 18 months after the halving. And in the previous three bull markets, we every time topped out 17 to 18 months after the halving. So that would bring us between September and December. We can only look at the past, do our TA, see what Bitcoin did in the previous bull markets, and if Bitcoin did that in the previous bull market, it might do the same in this bull market, and that would bring us to September to December. And of course you might answer now, yeah, but we don't do what we did in the previous bull market because we already created an all-time high before the halving, but we also created a dip before the halving. Normally we do a dip after the halving. So on average, everything might be shifted like with a couple of weeks or a couple of months, but still the top will probably be in between 17 and 18 months after the halving, September to December 2025. But when the indicators start to tell me already in March 2025 or in February 2025 the top is in, when all those indicators start to flash, hey, warning, 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 the bull market top is in, that is the moment when I will share honestly in this video, hey guys, hey, normally the bull market shouldn't be later, but at this moment the indicators are flashing that we are overbought, that there is too much selling pressure now in Bitcoin. The indicators are telling us that the market is stopping and topping out, and then of course I will announce that in the video that I will take my profits. So We can try to predict the future, but please, when it comes to trading, watch all these indicators. These indicators tell us exactly where we are in the market. The news for today, guys, is that BlackRock is also tapping into the real world asset market, guys. They understand now there's a shitload of assets that they can tokenize and by that bring to the blockchain, and by that make it possible that they are tradable 24/7 with all the safety and advantages that the blockchain gives us. So yes, BlackRock and all those institutional investors start to understand the power of blockchain. And that is why these real world assets will be popular now in this bull market, because they will shift a lot of liquidity towards that one the moment they understand more and more how blockchain is changing the game for them. And also for all those real world assets out there that now can be tokenized onto that blockchain. Just imagine the possibilities of tokenizing bonds, stocks, real estate, and all the other assets out there. Like that hundreds of $1 trillion market cap of all the assets out of the world, now being able to being tokenized onto the blockchain and traded 24/7 all over the world. That's changing the complete investing game for all those institutional investors. So these real world assets are definitely something that you need to take a look at. Like they always say, you need to follow the money. And if the money of those huge institutional investors like BlackRock, like Vanguard, like State Street start to shift slowly to these real world asset tokenization projects, your money should a little bit be diversified into that part as well. Of course, I'm still the all-in Bitcoin guy. I'm just telling you what a sane investor would do when he sees these things happening in the market. So the real world assets, the tokenization part of those real world assets is going to be a huge industry. And with that beautiful sunrise that we just witnessed, guys, the inspirational quote for today is, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can drive out darkness, guys. And that is exactly how you should treat life. Very light. You should shine very brightly towards life. You should be driving darkness out of your life. Don't focus on darkness by being darkness yourself. And what I mean with it is there is a lot of negative people in this world. Don't be also negative. You won't be able to drive out those negative people with that negative one. There's a lot of people that are mad in this world. Don't try to drive out those people by being mad as well. There's a lot of frustrated people in this world. Don't try to drive out those people by being frustrated as well. Try to be the opposite. Darkness will not be driven out by darkness, only by light. And that is exactly what you should do with everything in your life. The opposite of what those people are doing that you don't like. You don't like how those people live, how those people react, how those people work, how those people do their daily things, then do the opposite. Be the opposite. That is the only way you will change them, and the only way you will conquer all those strange situations that are ahead of you in this beautiful life. You won't be able to drive out darkness with darkness. You will only be able to drive out darkness with light. That is how the sun brings light to the day. So it's very interesting to see that nature is teaching us all these kinds of lessons, guys. It's not like only beautiful, it's also teaching us these lessons. Don't be that thing that you don't like to see in others. Be that thing that you want the world to be like. You need to be the change that you want to see in the world. So it's very important that you understand that you won't be able to change all those people's opinions, to change all those people's mindset, to change all those things that you want to change if you act the same as those people that you want to change. You need to change. You need to be the opposite of them. Don't hate them. Don't fight them. Don't discuss with them. Just do the opposite. Just show them that other way. Show them that other path. Show them by being positive, not by also being mad or frustrated or furious. Just be positive. Be the opposite of all that what you see that you don't want to be yourself. Just be the opposite. I hope you really enjoyed today's video, guys. If you did enjoy today's video, then please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, and let me know down below what do you think about the charts, what do you think about all the tips, what did you think about the inspirational quote that we ended with. Yes, darkness will never be driven out by darkness, only by light. You and I should be that light that drives out all of the darkness. We should be shining so bright, and exactly like the sun is shining too bright in my eyes, we will blind all those people that are still living in that darkness. We should blind them, that they will come to us and ask us, hey, wow, what is it? What is it that you do that makes life more beautiful? And then you can answer, just being positive and shining a beautiful light instead of darkness. Now, thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing day. See you tomorrow again. Bam.